we've reached a time in the entire history of the ACP, after 40 years of establishment, we're beginning to see a rise in terms of engagement, in terms of collaboration, in terms of support between the Pacific and the Caribbean island states. We must also be thankful and give credit to the SEEDS platform. The Small Island Developing States is an acronym, is an institution that embraces the coexistence of these island groups. We have in the part in ACP, there's 15 from Pacific Island countries, including Timor-Leste, and we have 16 our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean. This conference at this point in time being convened here in Barbados, under these buildings. The building was the first, this building to host and organize, first organization of the meeting of the seats and houses way back in 1994 in this big conference room. So I think for us, it's a beginning of another history in the making. My only recollection is that we have reached a point where there needs to be more better engagement between the Caribbean and Pacific in terms of agribusiness, in terms of tourism, in terms of trade, in terms of investment, in terms of private sector. That is the message I keep bringing home. I bring only home that there needs to be, why is it that Pacific and the Caribbean are not engaging together? Why? What is the problem? We have similar problems. We rely on tourism. We are surrounded by the big ocean. Why can't we find methodologies to work together? And I'm beginning to, and I believe, I'm very happy, Jean-Baptiste, that this morning session by the first panel, which I was part to, has been able to conclude the need for greater interaction between the Caribbean private sector, the tourism and the agri-food industry, agribusiness. And I think for Vanuatu and the Pacific, we are on the right track. I wanted to confirm to you that we've had discussions yesterday, led by the Director General, Mr. Awadaru, sitting here, with the ICA Institute here, the Inter-American Caribbean Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture, based in Barbados, with the support of CTA, for Vanuatu to host early next year a first tourism agribusiness policy platform. We're going to invite a few of the presenters here in the Caribbean and Indian Ocean to come to assist the Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Trade to be able to plant in a first advanced policy to support the course of action. We're also planning to have a conference with the small island states in the Indian Ocean, in Seychelles, to share experience with Vanuatu as to how to conduct business and improve on this undertaking. For me, I think, in conclusion, I'm very happy that with the support and collaboration we've established with the Minister of Agriculture in Vanuatu, the Director General is here, and with the support of Dr. Michael Ailu and Madam Poto from CTA in Brussels, the ACP Secretariat, Vanuatu is the first country to be given such great opportunity. When you talk about CTA and the Pacific, you talk about Vanuatu. We've done well, and I'd like to encourage everybody that we should continue this momentum to build our support, to make sure CTA comes and help our farmers, our businesses and our agri-businesses to be able to beef up their own strategies and help them to market and sustain their own sustainable development goals. I think that's very, very important. Thank you, Jean-Baptiste. I think first and foremost, I think, yes, CTA is the flagship for EU at the moment and ACP on agri-business and agri-tourism policy. Just recently, in the discussions at the Development Finance Cooperation Committee that deals with the envelope 11 EDF envelope financing, we ambassadors of ACP have allocated over 120 million euro between 2015 to 2020 period to CTA to support the mandate on agribusiness and agriculture. So there we go. Pacific and Vanuatu must be able to have a fair share of this funding to assist the ministry and the department and our private sectors to implement and carry out our own national strategies. Secondly, I mentioned to the meeting my take on support from the EU. The EU is known for giving so much money through their own envelopes. But for far too long, the money is given through what is known as the technical assistance. TA means that they conduct studies and studies and studies. In the coconut industry, the Europeans have been undertaking studies for the last 1,000 years. Nothing has changed. We would like to see EU to change the shift modalities from technical assistance to investment. And investment, I mean they could be able to put money to private sectors to support them to carry out their business objectives and to make a difference. Where we can see some real EU dollar being filled down to the rural farmers in Malekula and in Sando and in the Shepherds Group to help farmers to buy the seeds, to buy cement, to build infrastructure for the expansion of the business. That is what we're looking at. The Vanuatu and the Pacific no longer depend on EU technical assistance. We need real, tangible money, cash, to begin to the farmers, to make a change, to create a major change, innovation in the lives of farmers, and to support the development aspirations of countries like Vanuatu in the long term. After all, Vanuatu has been part of the ACP since 1981. We've been part of the ACPU cooperation in the days of Lome, and I think it's about time we are serious and we mean business when you talk about private sectors. Private sectors are here, they need money, they need assistance, they need assurances that after Barbados they can go back and be able to develop their business much better than before with EU envelope and EU money coming to support their development course and action. Thank you.